Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us. This is the Bridge Masterclass series. 31 classes, 31 experts over 31 days. And this is going to be a great opportunity for all of you to meet, connect with, engage with, and learn from some of your favorite creatives and local business professionals. We have a ton of people joining me today. Hi everyone, my name is Arabina. You can call me Rab. I am a writer, producer, blogger, vlogger, content creator, and broadcaster living and working in Nassau, Bahamas. And I am joined by a host of other equally and extremely talented Bahamian creatives from all walks of life. We have educators, we have financial gurus, we have disability advocates, we have writers, producers. There's so many different aspects of things that you may want to know about, and and so this is an opportunity, and it's going to be happening all month long. So over the course of this month, we hope that everyone signs up, registers, gets involved, and just engages with us. So I want to take the opportunity to sort of go through the room and introduce everybody, or have everybody introduce themselves. We'll go one at a time. As I said, my name is Arabina Atia. Most people call me Rab, and I am going to be hosting a class on becoming a media mogul or a media maven in the 242. So I hope you guys will tune in for that. Up next, I'm just going to call on some people. And please forgive me if I am not pronouncing your names correctly. Feel free. I apologize in advance because I hate to mess up my name. So we're going to start with Sandina.
Hi, Sandina Neely here. Thank you so much, Robs, if I can call you that.
You can.
Yes, so it's such an honor to be here in the presence of greatness. We have the bridge, and I'm excited. I am an attorney at law by profession. I've been called to the bar. This year makes 14 years. I am no longer a practicing attorney. I am now a consultant with the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture, where I get the opportunity to head our division of youth, which is a passion that has long been fulfilled because I've been in youth work for over 2 decades, and I get to work with an amazing team. And I just feel blessed and honored to be in the field of my passion right now. And so I'm also honored to be connected with each of you. I am also very passionate about women's empowerment, which is what my masterclass will be about. And we'll be talking about all things self-expression, authenticity, being true to yourself. And we are just going to have an amazing time on May 4th. I want everyone to join in, and we will see where it goes. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Now, I am a huge advocate and proponent of women empowerment. That's what Lake is really. And so I'm so excited about your class. I think what would you say are some of the most common questions that you hear from women about, just sort of maneuvering and navigating, life as a millennial woman living in 2020 in the Bahamas specifically?
In the Bahamas, life as a millennial woman is super interesting. So you get to be so many different people. And so that brings up the question all the time is, what is my true self? Am I being my true self? Am I being authentic? And so that is the prevailing question that you get, because like I said, I'm an attorney by profession, and now I'm in youth work, and I'm also a specialist in women's empowerment. And I think the answer to that is there is enough for everyone around the table. You don't have to, put yourself into a corner or into a cubby hole. I think that you can explore many different areas and avenues. Our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents, they had one job all their lives. Who's out there doing that? No, that's not even going to work in this climate. COVID-19 is a perfect example of how that is not going to work. You have to be able to diversify. And so as women, we need to know how to navigate in this new realm that we're in. Some of us are now full-time teachers to our kids. Some of us are lecturers. Some of us are now getting into phases where we have to be a listening ear for friends when we may have been the person looking for someone to listen to us. And so these are the things that we'll be exploring in the masterclass. But I want, most of all, for the women who will be in the masterclass and for the men who will be joining us, to come with an open mind, open-mindedness lens to creativity. And it almost nudges you to explore things that you would never have ordinarily thought of.
That's amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so very excited. Thank you so much. We're going to move on and have another of our panelists introduce themselves. Let's move on to Keith.
Hi guys, my name is Dr. Christy Bowe. I'm a general dentist. I graduated from dental school in 2017, so I'm kind of new to the profession. I work at the MediCenter Dental Suite. I'll be hosting a masterclass on oral health, and I will be sharing some links between your general health and your oral health. So the importance of keeping your mouth clean, visiting the dentist regularly, because many people don't know the importance of good oral hygiene. They just think, they just go to the medical doctor and that's that. We usually see patients when it's just for pain, but we need to get that stigma out of people's heads, and that the dentist isn't important. Like Sadina said, women, it's hard actually being a young dentist in the profession as well, especially being a female, because usually people think that, people in the medical profession, males are like standing out in the profession, especially in dentistry, but there are a lot of new young dentists that are ready to serve the public here in the Bahamas. I also have a degree in gender. My undergrad degree is in gender and women's studies, so I'm also looking forward to Sadina's class as well. I probably need to use that degree a little more, but yeah, that's what I'll be doing my master class on.
Awesome. I think we do also have DaCosta, Gibby the farmer. So we're going to have him introduce himself, because during this particular time, people are trying to figure out how best they can sort of feed themselves during this global pandemic, right? And so, as here in the Bahamas, agriculture, people are turning more to that industry. And so, DaCosta, if you can introduce yourself and give us some idea about what it is you do.
Hey everyone, so my name is Dion DaCosta Gibson. My first name is Dion, middle name DaCosta, but that's fine. I go by all sorts of names, also known as Gibby the Farmer. So I currently serve as the farm manager for the One Eleuthera Foundation here in Eleuthera. But I also run a boutique agricultural consultancy firm called Gibby the Farmer Backyard Gardens and Agricultural Consultancy. So pretty much my class is going to be on all things agriculture, food security, as well as individual food security, which we will refer to as backyard gardens. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on in my master class, and I'm very excited to be a part of this cadre of, magnificent young people. Some I know, some who I know their faces just from them being awesome people out there in this country. So, it's a pleasure to be a part of this this cohort, and I look forward to everybody's classes, and I hope you guys come and join. I think food security is everybody's business because we all love to eat, and at the end of the day, we can all play a small part in making sure our country realizes food security.
Amazing. I totally agree with you. I am trying currently to not kill any of my house plants because I want to learn how to transfer lettuce to, like, from the the water bottle. That's my entire mission for this quarantine.
Hey, into the class, I will talk about it.
We're looking forward to that. I'm going to give someone else in the group an opportunity to introduce themselves. Feel free to just go ahead and jump on in if anyone, or I will be choosing people, whichever is easiest. Okay, so the next person we're going to go to is Miss Erin Brown. And I know a lot of people know Erin as for her work as a disability advocate. She's amazing. I love her so much, and I'm looking forward to her class. because I think, disability advocacy is something that we don't, as able-bodied people, we do not think about. And I think that's part of the problem. So Erin, could you introduce yourself? Just unmute quickly for me, and then give us an idea of what you do, why you're passionate about it, and definitely what people can expect from your masterclass.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the introduction, and you're fabulous also, Goddess.
Yeah.
I am a disability inclusion consultant. What does that mean? I know we've always heard about disability advocacy or being an advocate, but what I represent is the professional side of the disability industry. So when we're speaking about disability inclusion, I'm tapping every space that is available in our world if you're talking about access and inclusion. And so my class will give you innovative, creative, and compliant ways, because we are in a space now, we have a Disability Equal Opportunities Act law, which we need to comply with. But beyond complying with that law, we as businesses have to now become global marketers and brand representation. And in order to do that, we must not forget disability. We must not forget the access that is needed for your stakeholders, that is needed in your brand development. It is an absolute must that your business, tap into the 15% of the population, which are persons with disabilities. Now, we don't want to leave any coins laying on the ground, do we? We want to make sure that our business is well aware and well informed and well accessible to everyone that's available, because that's how we're going to sustain. And to leave you with one more thing, know that our community with disabilities represent the third economic powerhouse in the world. So if you're where I am, diversification through disability inclusion class, you do not want to miss.
She's a saleswoman as well, clearly, because that pitch was everything, and I'm here for it. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Erin. We're going to keep it moving. We have several other people in the group that we definitely want to get to. And one of them, listen, if y'all are like me, then y'all are eating up everything in sight, because what else is there to do? And so during this time, I wanna give our resident chef an opportunity to tell us about his class and what we can expect. Chef Leonidas Moss, I haven't had any of his food yet. We're gonna fix that soon, right? Immediately. So we're gonna give him an opportunity to introduce himself and talk about his masterclass that's coming up.
Pleasant good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leonidas Moss, typically called Chef or Chef Lee, or affectionately called Lee. My masterclass is basically focusing on the kitchen brigade from start to finish to full-scale operations as it presents to the kitchen. Because during this quarantine and lockdown situation, everyone has tapped into their inner chefy. So everyone's coming up with different meals. Everyone is instead of buying all the toilet paper, they're buying all the flour now and they're baking. I've never seen such an influx of cinnamon rolls in my life. But it's good that people are using their creative, people are tapping into their inner chef to become and create food. At the end of the day, food is something that evolves each and every day, and with the kitchen brigade, as someone who is in the kitchen day in and day out, it is something that is very crucial to the makeup of the economy as it regards to tourism. Because 9 times out of 10, tourists normally come to the Bahamas for our food. The Bahamians are naturally gifted with flavor, naturally gifted with seasoning. And at the end of the day, our food is what represents us. So stepping into the kitchen, whether you're not a professional chef or not, it's basic fundamentals that you should understand, that you should be able to pinpoint, that you should be able to bring out of you so that you can be able to share with those around you. Because each and every day, it doesn't matter whether you prepare full-scale meals or just a dinner for your kids and your husband or wife. Through it all, it's a pleasure to be amongst so many seasoned veterans. It's a pleasure to be amongst passionate creatives, people who are passionate about what they do. Because at the end of the day, you know, we are the individuals that allow the world to evolve and revolve. Because each day it's something new. Each day you bring something to the table. Each day you're allowed to enlighten people on what there is out there. And with this class, each and every one of us will be able to spark an interest in one individual or many individuals that, you know, people who are lost at what they love, you know, our classes will be able to bring the best out in them. So at the end of the day, it's a pleasure to be here. I hope to cook for every one of you here one day. It's beyond a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm putting in my request now. Let me know when. You know, I enjoy a good meal, so you just say when, and then we'll work that out. Okay.
Okay.
Up next, we have Miss Carissa Smith, and everyone. I mean, unless you've been living under an actual rock or in a cave and make water, you know who Carissa is because she is, the angelic voice that we hear at the Jazz Club, formerly the Blue Note. We have heard her perform and sing and give us beautiful melodies. And so she is also going to be giving us a master class. And I cannot wait. Ooh, so sorry. I cannot wait because I know that she is going to be dropping some major gems for us. Carissa, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. So give us an idea of what people can expect from your masterclass.
Well, first of all, piggybacking off what you just said, I've been in the industry for about 4 years now. So I'm relatively new to the industry, but I'll be sharing with those that will be joining my masterclass all that I've learned, during my journey, preparations, technique, how to channel your nerves, being confident on stage, connecting with the crowd, so on and so forth.
Right, and that's definitely something that you have mastered in your own career. What would you say has been one of the highlights so far in your 4 years of being at the forefront of music locally?
Well, one of my highlights for me, it would most definitely be that moment that I realized that I could do whatever I want to do on stage. I can be confident. I could connect with the crowd effectively. I don't have to be scared, and just giving my all and leaving my all on stage. And also meeting one of my favorite singers, Shania Twain. She came to the jazz bar a few months ago. And that was just so amazing for me. She literally sat there the entire night and watched us perform. And I was in tears the entire night. The entire night.
Well, that's amazing. So we're definitely looking forward. If you are a performer, an aspiring performer,
Yes.
a singer, I'm definitely sure that this is not the masterclass that you want to miss. So we're definitely looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Carissa.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely. So we've heard from a lot of our presenters so far, but I want to take a moment to talk to Stephen, who is the sort of mastermind behind this entire project so far. Stephen Sands, who has been responsible for, bringing this vision to the forefront. Stephen, give us an idea of why this kind of project, why now, and what else can we expect from you, during this sort of season of self-isolation and quarantine.
All right, thank you so much. The camera ain't going on me though.
Oh, it is.
It
It's
is?
on.
Okay. I just want to say that we are live, guys, on Facebook. For those of you who are watching, we want to welcome you to, of course, this is the launch of the masterclass here. That's going to be happening all of May. These are your presenters. We're gonna post this recording. We had some technical difficulties, but we'll post this recording later on today so you can catch up. But to answer your question, really, why this, why now? I just wanted to create a platform for what I would call the new Bahamas. I think everyone in here is I would consider you guys the new experts, some old, some new, but the now voices in the country. And I wanted to kind of create some courses for persons who may not afford your specific areas, to have an opportunity to take a course, even if it's just 1 hour. But in the long run, it may prick your brains to, of course, go out and take the course later on, or perhaps you may want to, you may get a scholarship or something. That may be an announcement we have. You never know. But that is kind of the reason why we started this, along with the fact that we're going to be home. We don't know how long. They say the next 30 days, but we wanted to create something for us to do, for other persons to do while they're at home, um, instead of just watching Netflix and all those other series. Let's get educated and learn some stuff. Whether it's learning how to sew, let's take on a class with Seven with photography. Let's learn about disability with Aaron. Let's learn how to clean our teeth properly with Dr. Bo. And we have some persons out there who think they are poets, but they're really not that good. So we'll go to Clarence. So we have a number of things that we're doing. Or maybe you want to learn how to perhaps go into the churches and teach on media and tech. And we're going to do that with Christoph. And then we're going to go audio and visual with the man himself, Mr. Stephen Francis. And so all of these things we're offering free of charge to the public, and I'm very excited about it. If you're watching this live, like I said, just go ahead and share it. And yeah, Rob, take it run on, but you continue.
Awesome. And I want to highlight again something that you said, and that is that these sessions are free and open to the public. And that is an amazing resource to give persons, especially those among us who are trying to figure out where exactly they want to land or how to get involved with things that they are passionate about. I think this is an amazing opportunity to make that happen. And just to take advantage of the persons around you who have the expertise and who are prepared to share that expertise. Up next, we're going to talk to Seven Thomas, who is an amazing photographer. And we want to, I'm personally interested in this because I can't take a proper picture to save my life, but that's okay. And because I'm going to learn from Seven exactly what I need to do to upgrade my selfie game. So Seven, tell us a little bit about your masterclass and what people can expect.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I just eaten some cereal. I hear Chef talking about some stuff, and I just opened my stomach right up. But yeah, so with my class, I've been doing photography for just maybe a little over 10 years, and I've seen some mistakes made that people make easily, especially thinking, oh, it's just a camera, it's easy to get into, but that's not necessarily the case, because it does come with a lot of thinking, a lot of brain power, and I just want to be able to share a little bit of what I know. So I want to touch on things that people don't really think about, like being able to save, especially like in a time like this, for photography being if it's your main source of income. How do you stay afloat when nobody's going outside, nobody's doing anything? So it's a little bit difficult with money coming in and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanna touch on those things, and if I could, I want to go into the details of editing and just setting up to get a perfect shot and creating for your clients, because you could take a photo for you, but if your client don't like it, then you could lose them. You could lose them instantly. So I just want to, I basically want to frame my class around teaching young photographers and young people about what they should try to do and try not to do in photography.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Seven. We're looking forward to being a part of that class as well. Like I said, I need to up my selfie game.
I got you.
I need to get my lighting situations correct.
Mhm.
I'm going to tune in, and I know there are a lot of persons who are interested in photography who are, just sort of trying to feel their way out. And I know that's going to be probably a very popular class. So we're looking
Right.
forward to that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Beautiful.
So up next we have Miss Catherine Benaby. Catherine, if you can take a moment to introduce yourself to the room and to the viewing public and let us know exactly what your class is going to be about. And what you can expect.
Hello, everyone. It's truly a joy to be on with each and every one of you today. It's a little gloomy outside, but I just finished my, well, it would be afternoon workout, so I'm feeling good. I'm having that sunshine within. I'm just so excited about this project. When Stefan first presented it to me, I was on board right away. And I'm on the team in two capacities. I'll first start with myself, Catherine Benaby. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach. I have my own company, KB2 Communication. And so the session that I will be facilitating is tips for becoming an effective leader. And if ever a time we need leadership, is now. And I am so glad to be a part of this strong team that is going to be leading the, like Stefan said, the new Bahamas is represented all on this call. Some aren't on the call, and it's time for change. So I'm going to be giving you the tips, the foundation that you need, whether you're a business owner, whether you have a vision, whether you're at corporate Bahamas. There are fundamentals we need in leadership to take people somewhere. That's what leadership is. It's taking people to a destination. And so if you're not taking someone somewhere, you're not leading. So we're going to be looking at those myths. We're going to be clarifying specifically what leadership is, and then equipping you to move forward in whatever capacity you are in. So I'm so excited to be sharing on becoming an effective leader. We'll be talking about character, relationships, ability, all the fundamentals you need forward, all the fundamentals you need to move forward with whatever capacity of leadership you are aspiring or currently serving in. And then I'm also here representing Queens College Center for Further Education. We offer professional and personal development. And so again, when Stefan of Grace Management presented this idea, we were already having outreach efforts in motion. And so instead of duplicating efforts, we said, hey, let's come on board and let's support each other, because in this time, as we talk about leadership, we need unity. And so everybody doesn't have to be in their corners trying to do the same thing. Let's come together, let's unite, and we will be stronger together. And so we are practicing leadership in motion. And so very excited to be a part of this.
Awesome. I totally agree with that. Even as a creative community, sometimes we have the tendency to isolate ourselves and work on our individual projects, when a lot of times a collaboration is usually the most effective way to sort of get our message out and to also support other creators. So I think that is a great point that you made, and I thank you so much for being with us. Up next, we have Keith. Keith, if you can take a moment to.
Robs, just before, I just want to interject here. I want to ask Catherine to kind of announce. I don't know if she wants to do that just yet.
I can. Hey, we ready? We didn't put pen to paper, so we good. So we are committing to 4 scholarships. It's at the value of $100 for our well, each offering for the scholarship, the four, so that'll be a $400 value of scholarships on behalf of Queens College Center for Further Education for this engagement. So every Friday, we're gonna give away one scholarship. So it's 4 weeks for this engagement. So each Friday, we're gonna give away a scholarship at the value of 100. So at the end of the engagement, the value would be $400. And then for the instructors, we've asked that they email us. They already have that email to be able to be a part of our pool, because we're always looking for innovative minds. That's how we've been able to grow and develop over the years. You know, it's innovation. We're always looking for creativity, new ideas, you know, so those instructors will have further opportunities to connect with us as well. But yes, you as the participant, we want you to send us your information. We'll have the specific information on how you can enter to be a part of the drawing each week. And we're glad to be able to support you, because we have 5 schools within our department. So that's personal growth and development, continued education, business and leadership excellence, theology, spiritual formation, and education, straight out. So that's for parents and teachers. So we have a wide range of courses, workshops that we're sure that at least one of them, if you're the lucky winner, will be able to benefit from.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I know there's someone out there who is going to be watching this and registering for these master classes that will definitely benefit from that additional assistance in terms of making their dreams a reality. So thank you so much for that, Catherine. And thanks again, Stefan, for facilitating that partnership and making sure that, you know, people are being given the opportunity to learn in this way. And again, I want to come back to the fact that this is all free and you're getting additional assistance through Queens College. So that is an amazing opportunity that I'm hoping, you know, a lot of people do take advantage of. Yes? Thank you so much. We're going to move on. Keith, I didn't call your name at least 4 times in this entire live. So if we can get you to introduce yourself and tell us what it is that you do and what you can expect from your masterclass in the Bridge Masterclass series.
Okay, thank you. And thanks, everyone. Pleasure to be on the call. My name is Keith Major Jr. I'm practicing attorney with an area of specialty in employment law. I'm also the proprietor behind Bite Size Law, which is a platform of notes and public information meetings where we try to take this big thing called the law and break it down into bite-sized morsels so people can digest them based on current or topical issues at the time. I think why I like this talk is based on a quote of Simon Sinek, who is a big author. One of his biggest books is Starting with Why. And his quote that he said recently in the COVID environment is that the reality is that some of us may have different jobs by the time we come out of this. And so as a creative or someone interested in going in a creative realm, you know, you may start off doing it part-time and then you might develop it where you become self-employed, make it an enterprise of itself. So I want to start with that reality and, you know, helping people on their journey. My talk is going to be tips on navigating temporary layoffs and redundancies in the COVID environment. Because honestly speaking, we may have persons that are employed or temporarily laid off or made redundant. And due to that experience that may be unpleasant at the moment, it may open up their path towards pursuing a career in one of these areas that may be discussed in this class, or another area that they have been considering for a while. And so my talk is to present tips with an understanding of employment law. And I know there may be continuation towards other topic areas. So it may lend to a continuum of discussions that really take people from employee to employer or self-employed. But the first step would be, how do we navigate this unfortunate circumstance in an employment context? And that was really a mouthful, but yeah.
Well, no, I think this in particular is a very timely subject matter because of where we are, you know, in this sort of COVID-19 global pandemic, because it's not just happening here, it's all across the world, right? And so I think that is something that persons really need to consider. You know, if I mean, and I'm just curious, but what would you say is the number one thing that persons need to be cognizant of, especially persons who have been temporarily furloughed? What is the number one thing that people should be, um, trying to get done during this time from your
Well,
perspective?
I don't want to give away too much of my talk beforehand, but I would say that I think the most important thing is knowing your rights, which is the general thrust behind my project called Bite Size Law. And those rights may be contained in a number of places, either it's in statute law or it's in your personal contract with your employer, or if you're a service provider with your client, or with some other government agency. And so we want to talk about those nuts and bolts. But it really starts with knowing what your rights are. And then depending on what your rights are, then you know what your options are. And it's really about proper planning, not being taken by surprise as much as we can. I mean, COVID kind of took everyone by surprise, but people are losing employment or engagement in employment gradually. Some may have already experienced, unfortunately, a redundancy or temporary layoff. Some people may be anticipating that it's forthcoming. So, we can't control what happens, but we can control how we react to it. And so we would really want to push that whole concept of, I guess, planning for it. What are your options? So you can retool and participate in this new economy, this new Bahamas with all these very talented people like yourself.
Awesome. We thank you so much for being a part of this session, and we're looking forward to that class. Because I think one of
Thank
the
you.
things that is particularly interesting is we have a lot of people who are working in a sort of freelance environment.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting how that impacts, freelance creatives as well. So I know if you are, an individual that falls into that category, I think this will be a very interesting class.
So let me just in closing just say it's funny you mentioned that, because working remotely, for those of us that can work remotely, we've all become sort of freelancers. Uh, so please tune in on May 9th. Let me just put that plug in there at 2 p.m. Tune into all the other classes, of course. But if you want to hear about this employment law, tune in on May 9th at 2 p.m. and we'll try to make it worth your time.
Awesome. Okay, so up next we have one of my favorite people, Christoph Roll, who is um, great in terms of, reaching out within the church community and making sure that no congregations are having Teddy Riley moments, as they try to bring us closer to the Lord. Hallelujah. Amen. And so, Christoph, give us an idea of what it is that you do in your business and how, you plan on imparting that knowledge to others in your masterclass.
All right. Well, I could get deep at all because, some people, some church people, I must say specifically, think that technology is the devil. And I don't understand that, but that's what they think, and some church people don't even know the difference between portrait and landscape. And so we definitely got to work on some things. I'm telling you, is a lot we have to work on. So whether on these different platforms, because, churches, we came to the realization that we can only meet in person. And if mothers see you have a computer, that's the devil. If you're on Facebook, that's the devil. If you're on Twitter or YouTube, man, I can't deal with it. All right. And so we're going to definitely go through some apps and some softwares that people can be able to relate to each other socially. They can interact. And I dare not to say giving, but giving is also an option online. And so definitely is a bunch of things that we shall definitely learn, different apps, different ways to bring the message of evangelism out there, because the church is the people, not the building. And so this should have not stopped us, period. And so things are just going to progress. You're having all these online revivals and things like that. So I'm beneath a lot of these things happening. I'm getting them. They're expanding their minds, and now media is not so evil anymore, if you can see it in a way. And so I'm glad I'm getting them to actually think now. They're using, they're using it, and of course they're utilizing it to the best of their abilities. So definitely, I can't wait.
Awesome, awesome. I just need to tell you, you have the most churchified voice that I have heard in a young person in a while. Just need to, you sound like you belong in front of the pulpit. Just a
Listen, that's when you've been in church 24/7,
wow.
366 all the time.
Wow, 360. Oh wow. Okay. I can need to try and get up to that number. Like I know if I can get there, but we thank you so much for being a part of this. This is
Problem.
going to be a very interesting series, the
Definitely.
Masterclass. It's an entire month of May where we offer free educational sessions for persons who are interested. And at some point, we will be posting the registration link for everyone to sort of just, secure your spot because I know these classes are going to fill up quickly. May is tomorrow, okay? So don't get caught slipping. May is tomorrow. Let's definitely do what we need to do to make sure that we are a part of these awesome sessions. I want to go to Clarence. Hi, Clarence. Clarence. So Clarence is our resident poet. Thank you. Namaste, my brother. Namaste. you know. And if you follow him on his social media, then he always has a word and he's always dropping knowledge. And so we want to talk to him really quickly because I think during this particular time, a lot of creatives are looking for ways to sort of express themselves through words. Whether that's, writing song lyrics, whether that's writing poetry, whether that's writing short stories. So what can people expect from your masterclass? And I know you're also going to be along with me being a facilitator for a lot of the other classes that are going to happen over the month of May. So give us an idea, what we can expect.
So hello, everybody. My name is Clarence Carvel. I'm a creative writer, poet, and a proud millennial. Now, I know when you hear someone talk about poetry, everyone's eyes or ears probably go like, oh, hell, we're going to go back into Shakespeare and we're going to go to talk about things that no one gives a rat's foot about. But what is the purpose of poetry and what is the purpose of language in our lives today in our modern world? I think the late Toni Morrison said it best, we die, that may be the meaning of life, but we do language and that may be the measure of our lives. So what does that actually mean? I think, the power of the word has been shown since time immemorial. I mean, if you go back to the Bible days and if you read, if we have any Bible readers among us, we call ourselves a Christian nation. So I like to think that we are readers of the Bible. We see the language in the Bible have sort of a very sort of a musical tone to it. Where does that come from? When we think about Maya Angelou, when she was writing, when she said, "You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but just like air, I'll rise." When we think about Edna St. Vincent Millay, and she said, "I shall die, but that is all I shall do for death." And when we talk about Shakespeare, when he says, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's eve?" What on earth is he talking about? So this particular class is not just talking about poetry, but talking about the power of the word and how you can use the word as a creative expression and how you could use it in your everyday life. This is for the husband who wants to communicate better with his wife. This is for the lover who wants to be able to say more than "I love you," who wants to take that same phrase "I love you" and spin it around and make it into something new that, he may not have to work hard to get some loving at the end of the night, So, when we talk about poetry, we're talking about a whole lot of things. We're talking about real life. We're talking about singers. We're talking about actors. We're talking about radio hosts. We're talking about anyone who uses language and uses the power of the word can learn something from poets. And I want to dispel a myth. A lot of people think that poetry is for the learned, or poetry is for people who have been in school for hundreds of years, or poetry is only for old folks or boring folks. I can tell you that is not true, because each of you that are under the sound of my voice are your own poets. You are the poets of your life. And every single time you open your mouth, every time you utter a single word, that's poetry. And so what we're going to do in this class is we're going to dispel some of those myths, and we're going to look at writing as a form of expression and look at how we can use our words intentionally for the greater good.
That's amazing. I think that is a really great place to end. I know we do have some other presenters in the room at this particular point, but we are unfortunately out of time. But I do want to encourage everyone who is tuned into this live, who will be watching this launch video, to register early. Go through the flyer and see who it is that you know for a fact is going to be able to help you on your journey to fulfilling whatever you believe your purpose is in this life. And I think that we have so many amazing people lined up. We have literally 31 days of free resources being made available. So I think if you're smart, if your mama didn't raise no fool, you just, register, sign up, make sure that you are putting yourself in line to receive all of the great information that I know is going to be doled out over the course of May. So if we can get Stefan just to sort of give us a wrap up. And I want to, again, I'm sorry to all of the presenters who we were not able to get to in this particular live, but I thank you all for being with us. And I'm definitely looking forward to attending your classes, helping you facilitate your classes, and reach as many people as possible. So Stefan, we're going to give you the final word just so people can have an idea of what to do moving forward.
All right. Thank you, Rabs. Thank you for facilitating this launch with us today. I just want to say quickly before we end that registration is just by one click. We're going to post the link on Facebook, as well as the other presenters will have the links, I'm assuming, on their social media handles. Once you click the link, you'll be prompted to send us some information. Once we get that information, we go from there. We will also be posting flyers and other promotional videos so you can get an idea of who's hosting what, which class you're going to curry favor, which class you going to be all in. But we want to encourage everyone on the planet because we have the best here in the Bahamas. And these professionals are giving us maybe an hour, if they wish to go more, they can, of their profession, their career. So like I said, this is for something for the public, free of charge. We just want it to be a blessing during this COVID time to take your minds off the virus, because we are blessed also. COVID can't touch us. That's a little spiritual insert there. But let's continue to stay tuned into the pages. Once you get there, share the information if you want to. Like I said, we had some technical difficulties with the going to Facebook Live today, but we found another way. But this is also being recorded on Zoom so that we can release it later on today. In wrapping up, I'm just going to thank all of my presenters, all 31 of you, plus 4, 35. We're going to double up. I'm so very, how can I put it? Excited to hear each of you. And I am so glad that you consented to be a part. Let's stay tuned in also to Facebook, because we're going to extend this. I think we're going to go further in some other exciting and some new ways. So like I said, enjoy your day. Let's share this information, and let's get a quick goodbye from all of our presenters. Just wave for those of you who have cameras. And we will see you beginning this week with the Maze Masterclass Marathon with the Bridge. Enjoy your days, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Stay safe. Social distancing. Don't touch nobody. But like I said, COVID can't get near you because you're blessed.
Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. Thank you so much to all of our presenters. You guys have an amazing day. And I hope to see y'all starting tomorrow. So that's just, a wrap from the Bridge Masterclass series. We thank you all for being a part of this. Thanks again, everyone. Stay safe.